Okay, so when the Vikings advance in the playoffs, we're like, we got to get this guy on, and he's like, I'm in, and then he's not in because he's got to stay in Minnesota to sit in the same seat to watch the Niners and the Vikings game because clearly where he positioned himself is what put the Vikings over the top in the Superdome. He's one of our favorites. He is the comedian and actor and very funny man. Nick Swardson, how are you, Nick?
Hi, I'm this guy. You grab this guy. Yeah, so thanks for having me back, Rich. And yeah, I decided to stay in Minnesota. You were very gracious enough to let me stay.
Why would you say let you? I mean, like,
well, I committed.
You did.
And at the last second, I had my bags, and I was ready to go. And I'm like, hey, is there any chance? Because everybody was giving me flack for it. They're like, what? You're leaving? But you gotta stay because we have another game. So I was like, all right. Then my voice changed. Yeah, I'm not going anywhere. So I stayed at my home bar, the Corner Bar in Minneapolis, which is awesome.
Nice
Hi to
shout out.
Bill.
Hey, Bill.
And they saved me my same seat and everything. And so I don't usually buy into that like mysticism, but once with the Vikings, we've been so just brainwashed into like, like we'll have that great, crazy playoff play.
Right.
Minneapolis Miracle, all that stuff. And then we just totally buy into it. And then we're all in.
Right.
So it's like this wizard who's like, here's a golden castle. Everyone's like, no. And then the next week it's like, yeah, it's an igloo made out of turds. And we're like, oh, no. It just fools us every time.
The old turd igloo, huh?
Yeah,
it comes out of nowhere.
Turd igloo. So I sat in the seat, and everyone's so used to it. So it was just, we had a decent first half, and we scored that touchdown. Diggs.
Yeah, Diggs.
That was obviously
to
the
tie it up
backward.
at 7-7 because Jimmy G just stormed right down the field. First 15 scripted
Yeah.
looked like you were going to get the doors blown off you. And
I
then all of
know.
a sudden it's 7-7. And you might be liking that again, the whole Kirk Cousins situation.
Yeah, and then we go into the half. I believe, it was close. I think it was 14-10 or something.
Well, I mean, Jimmy G
10-7.
threw that pick towards the end of the half
Yeah.
to maybe make it a two-score game, but he couldn't do it because he threw a
couldn't
pick.
do it. And then once, we just never had a run game. I mean, that was a big red flag. I mean, if I weren't such a homer, I would have picked that outcome essentially because San Francisco's defense is just so good. Bosa's just horrifying. And we had no run game. I mean, it was just insane.
And that's obviously the crucial aspect of the team with Dalvin Cook.
It's a crucial aspect. And Cousins, I like Cousins a lot. He's a good quarterback. And but he's not mobile. And he does the thing where like he'll just collapse. If the pocket comes in, he's just like bye. Which is fine.
Goes into his own turd
safe,
igloo. He goes into his own igloo of turd.
Yeah, he goes. Turd igloo just enters it.
Turd igloo that might be one of our fantasy team names for next year.
Good.
That's not a bad idea. Certainly how horrible that we had.
Yeah, you can have
so
it.
So now, Nick.
Yeah, just grab it. I'm not here. You can steal it
but
from me when I'm not here.
Comedy? Isn't that the world of comedy? But
no.
At least I walked through the front door.
That's cheating.
That's exactly right.
Yes, but yeah, it was fine.
So now again, Nick Swardson here on the Rich Eisen Show. So you literally sat in the same seat that you did to watch the Vikings win over the Saints.
Yeah. And then I was at the 49ers game. I was at the bar, and I showed up 4 hours early. And I don't drink anymore. I quit drinking. So I just sat there just like a weirdo. I was the only one there. And then just drinking water and tears. Tears on the rocks.
Tears on the rocks.
Yeah. But a lot of people give Cousins flack, but I like Cousins.
Okay.
Well,
look, it was a fun season, and you got into the playoffs, and you got to stay with your friends in Minnesota, and
yeah, it was nice. It was super hot out.
We had to book somebody else last minute, and it's fine though. It's really fine.
Who'd you book?
Who did we book, Chris? Who did we book? Jerry Cantrell of Alice in Chains.
Oh, that's cool.
Because he wanted he's a big Seahawks fan.
Oh, really?
Yes, we wanted to get somebody whose team was in the playoffs. I appreciate you coming on here with your jacket and you brought your spirit, man.
Yeah, this is my old. I went to Vikings University,
right?
And I majored in sadness with a minor in diarrhea. So yeah,
you are aware though that the Vikings are the first team in NFL history with 30 playoff losses. Are you aware of that fact?
I wasn't rich.
Don't shoot the messenger. I guess I shouldn't have said that when you actually showed up here.
For more of The Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV for free on BR Live or download the Rich Eisen Show app.